I have it.
And you have it, yes.
Um, I, I thought I did this once before, but I couldn't find it. So, is it recording? Okay, it's recording. Okay. So, all right. So, have you ever started a Facebook group before?
I haven't.
Well, then you're like me because that's my story. I had no idea that even Facebook groups existed. So it was kind of a funny thing. So you go up to this dot up here, not dot, this plus sign.
Uh-huh.
You can see, right? You can see my screen?
I can, and I'm doing it on my screen.
Oh, perfect. So you're going to create a group.
Okay.
A page is different. A page is more for business. In group, I think there's a lot more flexibility. So why don't you click on group
Uh-huh.
and see
Yeah,
what happens.
it's basically asking me to put in a group name and choose privacy and
Right,
people.
right. So, you might want to, I don't know if you want to walk through that now or, just wait. But so that's what you're going to do. You're going to put your name in. So if you want to do, I don't know if you want to have the tagline, what I should have learned in college. It's kind of derogatory, but on the other
No,
hand,
everybody comes out of Teachers College saying that, and the courses I take, they still take it, say it.
there you go. I think what's happened, it's just the craziest thing. I can only speculate as to why our growth has been so tremendous, but I think it might have to do with the name.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. Initially, that's certainly what brought people to us, but I'm not sure why it continues to grow at the rate it's growing. So the other thing I speculate is that because we have all these state sites now, the word is getting out at an even faster rate. And so, we've got lots of people spreading the word in the news. And so they refer back to what we call the mothership and and so that's what's happening there.
And I'd like to do that as well. Like I would like this to be, if you're okay with that, linked to what you're doing, so that as we're getting people who have knowledge to respond, they can always refer back to what's going on the main site.
Absolutely, because we have, we got so many members here. We have such a variety of interests and questions and posts, and there's so many people that come to the site on a daily basis. So that's a good option. So, so you're going to name your group. You're going to write your rules. You can definitely copy our rules. We found out the hard way of how to do things. We limit our posts are approved. So you have to go through the approval process, which makes it even harder. We didn't initially do it that way, but as time went on, we had issues. And in June, we started that policy. So it's been very helpful to control what is posted and what should not be posted. You need to pick a couple moderators to help you.
Yep,
Okay.
I've got at least one in mind.
Good. And so you pick those folks and just basically you kind of work your way through this. So I'm going to bring you down here just for some things. Here's your member request. This is found here at the top here. Okay. And then you go to well, here I'll just walk you through about. So it tells the purpose of the group, so your mission. It's private. You could make it public. It's up to you. But once you go private, you can never go back to public.
Oh, and are you happy you did private?
Yes and no. Yeah. Private means that you have to be a member. You can't just hop on and see it. And the reason we did it was because some people felt that they wanted to make sure their identity was kept, their identity of why they're here is kept private. On the other hand, if it's public, then everyone can see what you're doing and maybe buy in more. So that's something you have to decide. You can make it public first and then decide, if you want to go private.
Okay.
Depending on how many complaints you get, because some people say, I don't want to post because I'm afraid for, repercussions for what I say or do.
Do you think if I start out with the purpose and sort of explain that I would like administrators to be able to join this group? So it's like, we don't want to be slamming administrators. We don't want to be.
Right. And so it should, it probably should be public.
So I can start public and then go private.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so when you go into your settings, it gives you an option of all these different settings. Well, a social learning group means you can start, you can have what they call guides. We used to call them units and files, right? Okay. So the guides are basically posts that have been archived. So you as an administrator have the ability to archive interesting posts, posts that have lots of threads on them, and then they're housed and you could organize them alphabetically or by subject matter. The posts never, even though they're archived, they can still be commented on. And so sometimes we'll see a post pop up that has been archived for months, 12 months, and it'll come up because people will respond to it. Okay. So, and then there's also a place for files. I'll show you, which are really cool. You can upload a file. So if someone has some information that they want to share, it's all here. It's really cool. It's just a nice way to have all these resources at people's fingertips. This isn't very organized, but I suppose I could organize it better. And then the guides are here.
With the files, do you decide something goes into files, or can anybody put something in files?
That's a good question. Well, Carolyn is a moderator. No, anyone can.
Okay.
Yeah, anyone can. Okay. Looks like. So just to go through at the top here, I'm going through this panel here of what there is. Okay, so it tells about the group, it tells about the history. I'm not sure what this is, recommended by administration. I'm not sure what that is. It has the membership. The other thing that I just have been starting to do, and I don't know why it took me so long to figure this out, but it's kind of funny. It tells you your new members. So it'll say, once it reaches 300, it'll say to you, welcome your new members this week. So I've been doing that, and it's been a nice way to kind of reiterate the rules, go here. And I have I'm using the David Pelk's Where Do You Start document, and then Pam's Wakelets. So I put that in this message. I also put in the message, make sure you go to announcements, because people always miss the announcements, and that's where we have all of our training posted. So, if they don't look at announcements, they're not going to see the trainings. So it's important that you kind of set up the rules for people. Okay. And here's our rules. Be respectful. Private business. This site is not to be used to promote or advertise a private business unless approved by the administrator. Because I certainly promote lots of private businesses, but it's stuff that I've vetted. Okay. It has to be about the science of reading. I really don't like GIFs and emojis.
Yeah, I heard you talking with Marnie about that.
Yeah. And so, yeah.
I'd never thought of that before.
It just drives me crazy. And you know, they're too first of all, they're very distracting, the ones that are moving. And then and the emojis, I don't see the purpose of them. You know, maybe a thumbs up or a heart or something like that. That's different. But when it's got the facial expressions, it could be misinterpreted, and it often is. So I don't even want to go there. And then, you know, like I said, you can check the rules out. What else? Okay, here's the discussion tab. Now there is a way to set up your settings where you go straight to announcements first. Also have your settings where you're getting notifications of everything that's posted.
Okay.
So you see in the top here, all the bells. Yes. I always have +20 because it's always, I get every notification from every group that I manage.
Okay.
Because you want to know what people are saying.
If you're because you're moderating.
Because you're moderating, right. There is a mentorship tab, and that's where people can join groups seeking in fact, it's time for me to talk about that again.
Is that where all the what I should have learned in college, grade 1 or kindergarten, is that where those are from? Because I really don't know how I got joined to all of those.
No, I don't know how that happened. No, this is different. This is, these are people who are going out and saying, I'll be a mentor, and then they're seeking people that are, that need help. And so, or vice versa. And, you know, I know a couple people who are mentoring, and they, you know, they'll on their own, they get together and talk and commiserate, and especially if you find someone who teaches the same grade level as you, you know, that's kind of a cool thing. In fact, I'm gonna post about this again, mentorship. The guides we already looked at, or no, we didn't. Okay, so guides, here are our guides. As an administrator, you can create a guide. I don't think others can. Let's see here, get rid of that. Okay, and so how you do that is on a post in the top hand corner. I'll show you, let's see, discussion. Okay, so click on this. Those 3 little dots are really important. You see this add post to guide?
Okay.
You'll click that, and then you make a topic, and then that's it. That's pretty much it. Okay. So our guides, they've been cleaned up. One of my very talented moderators figured out how to combine all these and organize them. So she actually made a list of topics, and then we organize them, you know, alternatives to letters training, English appearance. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah. Boy, this is going to benefit me just in using my Facebook groups, like the ones that I get posts from.
I know, there's so much on it. I personally, I guess I'm not in that situation, but I don't think I'd be using social media to learn something, but I can tell you that we've had a tremendous amount of interest in our page just because of, I can't tell you how many people have said, I've learned so much. It wouldn't be my method of learning, but hey, who's to say, right?
Yep.
So, okay, so announcements, when you post something that you want to stay at the top, to stay important, there's again, the 3 dots.
Yep.
It'll say mark as announcement or remove announcement, or if it says pin to the top, that means it's in your queue and it's not at the top. So, so let's see, which one is this? So this one is already pinned to the top. This is our scholarship fundraiser that we started last night.
I heard you talking about.
So we're raising funds. You can buy a sticker.
Yeah, I watched you on Marnie when you were talking about this.
Oh,
And the SoR.
okay. Are you doing Reading Simplified?
I am, and I'm getting my EAs to be trained. I have 2 teachers have done the training.
Isn't it great?
It is.
I
It's
really,
such a,
really like it. I like it a lot. So, okay, so we have that one. So what I do, see how all my trainings are here?
okay.
They're all lined up.
Yes.
Like this is today, this will go away today. So, you know, if you have anything that you're promoting, then you know, that's what you would, that's where you'd put it.
Okay.
Okay, now, the More tab has, rooms are like Zoom breakout rooms. You can create a room. I've never used it.
Okay.
Just haven't used it. Now, if you want to look up members, this is a great tab to know about. Okay, just look up, you click on members, you'll know how many are in your group, how to find people, how to ask them to become, so let's say you want someone to become, you look up their name, and then there'll be 3 little dots. Again, the 3 little dots, it'll say add as a moderator, remove, or you know, there's a little more to it on the little moderators. Okay, so that's what you do there. So, oh, I gotta move her, remove as moderator, because she's in Mitchell. Okay. All right, let's see. I'm sorry, she left our group yesterday. Now, if you ever want to refresh your screen, always, because sometimes after you do an action, it doesn't take. Okay. So let's see what else we got here. Now events, so you can create events right here. Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I should use this feature a lot more. I need to do that.
And then is this what you would pin as an announcement?
You could say, you know, look at the events page. I got to do that more often. Yeah, maybe I need, you know, if I do that more often, maybe.
And you do that for the trainings that are available that you found out about?
I don't. I have another site called the Hub. The Science of Reading Hub for Professional Development. And that's kind of where I want to focus all of the trainings that come across, you know.
I see.
But it's not growing at the rate that I'd like it to grow. I have someone moderating that group. So we had this one. Yeah, I'm going to look into that. You sparked my interest in that, events. Look up the events tab. And maybe post to it a little more often. That might make more sense. Okay. Media. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, okay. So any photos, videos.
Oh, I see.
Or albums that, okay.
Now, is this where you would keep recordings of Zooms that you've done, like the one you did with Marnie?
Let's see. Yeah, I guess you could. Let me see. Yep, it looks like they're there.
So
Yep.
Does
See,
it just say that? Yeah.
let me see though. If it's a video, it is.
Hi, members of Science of Reading.
Well, this was a live
College. I
one.
just wanted to hop on and tell you about our event.
That was a live video, so I don't know. Let's see, Marnie's.
That are coming up in the next month or so. It's going to be a super busy time. So I'm going to be looking,
Isn't this funny? This is so fun going through all this.
When you teach, you learn.
That's right. Again, there's so many features. If you don't use them all. Okay, so media. That's a good one too.
So it looks like it just posts them there for you.
It posts in there for you, but I think all of those are all my live Facebook videos. The ones that I Zoom are not in there, I don't think.
Okay.
So that's the difference. I started a Facebook, I started a YouTube channel to put all our trainings and stuff that are not, that are public are in there. The ones that are paid are not in there. Those are private. So, okay. What else? So on the side here, this is for your, as you manage your group, you'll have this menu come up. This one's kind of a nice one. It tells who's done what.
Oh, okay.
Which is really good for a moderator. You need, or an administrator and moderators, to know who approved what was said. You can undo an action that was taken.
Okay.
So that's a helpful tool. Not sure what's, oh yeah, so you can even break it down even further. Like if you want to look and see,
okay,
you know, let's say what I did. So all my work would come up.
Okay. Or the date it was done on.
And the date it was done on. I never knew that. I've never seen that before. That's the first time that's popped up. That's kind of cool. Your group rules. You might get a warning and someone reports something and you take care of that. A moderation alert is you can set the number of posts that might cause you to want to look at that post. So I set mine at 35, and then I know that I might want to pay attention to that post just to see where it's going and how it's doing.
Oh, so if there's more than 35 responses, then you're saying, okay, I need to look at that one.
I need to look at it.
Okay.
Let's see, group quality. Okay, we've had a couple of crazy things come up. You know, because of the size, people can, so when you're setting your membership rules, they, you know, if they follow all the rules and they get automatically admitted, that's not always a good thing, because we have some wacky people on here sometimes, and so we have to uninvite them. But it hasn't been terrible considering the size. We've only had a couple of that we had to take care of. Settings is really important. This one I'll walk you through. So here's where you set your privacy settings. Okay. I'm not sure what.
Oh, sorry, my vacuum's just gone on. I'm just going to turn it off.
No problem.
Goes on at 10 o'clock every morning.
It's okay. I have no idea what group color is. Badges are, so you can give yourself a badge. You know, that's the symbol for badge. That's a symbol for moderator. You can, you can engage, you can enact those. So, people know then who you are and who your moderators are. Some of these I don't even use. This is kind of a self-discovery area, just kind of walk yourself through it and figure it out. Who can join the group, who can approve member requests, that's really important. Only administrators and moderators, okay, is what you want. Let's see. So anyway, just kind of walk yourself through that and see where it takes you. Let's see. I think that's about it. Again, is you just from me talking to you today, you see how many features there are that I don't even use.
Yeah.
It's like there's so much. There's so much.
Well, you've certainly given me a lot, even that I would not hadn't any idea about myself. So you've given me way more than I would have started with. So thank you.
Well, good. Yeah, it's crazy. It's been fun. It's a lot of work.
How much time do you set aside time that you won't spend? Do you set aside time every day for this, or?
It's the first thing I do in the morning and it's the last thing I do at night.
Anything in between?
Sometimes. Most days. No, most days. Like Friday, I was online like 6 hours. I was working hard. It depends. It depends if I'm in the process of setting up a new training or a new, I have a lot of conversations with people on the side. Just, I don't know. It's just, you'll get a lot of messages. You'll get a lot of people messaging you and asking you questions, private questions. And, but it's all good work. I'm retired. I don't know what else I'd be doing, especially with COVID. It worked out for me. When travel restrictions lift, I certainly want to take advantage of that and live again. But this movement has really taken off. And and I'm not saying it by any means that it's because of what we've done, but it takes a village, and we're certainly in the village for sure. And
you're a big house in the village.
Right. And so I'm proud to be part of that, and it's really exciting. So, we'll see what happens. It just keeps growing, and we keep, I'm always thinking of new ideas and how to expand the mission, and who knew?
Working.
Who knew?
That's right. That's right.
And then it's, what you want to do though is like, I'll show you my Wisconsin page. We do so I try to do more local type things, local issues that are coming up. Some political things too. That's up to you how you want to handle that. We're having a spring conference, so we're advertising that, and it's in order to grow your page. This is what I did back in the day, in the early days. I would go to other sites, other Facebook sites, and join their groups. For example, speech and language pathologists, other teacher groups, other administration groups, anything related to education in any way, parent groups, it depends, do you want parents in your group? I think they're a valuable asset. to our
Mhm.
group.
Yep.
Not everybody agrees with me on that, but I when someone responds with an answer to a question that's educationally related, both a parent and a teacher will benefit from it. So that's how I look at it. But in order to grow your group, you need to seek out customers. You need to put your face on their page, and you'll get some people to respond. So the other day, something was posted, and so I posted it on the I'm an administrator of the Science of Reading for Administrators page, and so they had an activity, something going on, and so I posted it in the principals leadership group and something else, and we got like 100 new members that way. That blew me away. So, but you have to keep doing it. You can't just let it go. You have to, let it go for a week and then repost it, because, and you'll see this. Not everybody's on every day like I am, and every second. Some people some people it's daily, some people it's weekly, some people it's monthly. Depending on how important this site is to them will be how active they are. So your job is then to are we done with this? You're good with this?
Yes, thank you.
Your job then is to keep them coming back. So you want to post information that will aid in their practice. So anything from Reading League or so what you want to do is go to other sites, pick something that's interesting, copy it and post it on your site. You don't have to create it. You just have to go and find it.
And that's what on Reading Simplified, I see that a lot.
Yeah, and just bring it to your site to spark discussion, sparking imagination, sparking people being inquisitive. Oh, what else is there about this? It's just or other trainings. That's another one you can start posting. It's just about getting eyeballs on your site to expand the mission. So if you can think of any organizations in your province that would help you with that mission through Facebook, or even what's it called, Twitter, anything like that, you could tweet something out. That's another way you could do it.
Okay.
I'm not a tweeter. My friend is.
No, I'm not either.
I just this is way enough for me. So anyway, so
yeah.
that's all I've got.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate this.
You're welcome.
I'm excited about starting conversation, just so that more can learn.
It's so true. You'll be surprised. It's really empowering too to see how impactful you can be with teachers. So all right, so if there's anything else, you know where to reach me.
Thank you so much. I just really appreciate your time and all that you're doing. I appreciate your group. I've learned from it.
Oh, that's great. Wonderful. All right, Sandra, take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.